Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 11. Jamaicans now have access to cardiovascular care that's among the best in the world. This comes with the recent opening of Jamaica's first Interventional Suite at the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI. The unit has state-of-the-art equipment that enables specialist clinicians to perform minimally invasive tests and procedures to diagnose and treat some of the most complex cardiac cases. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says this is a major achievement for the health sector.
It's a special occasion. It's an amazing achievement. We should be, in a very consistent way, strive to always be on the cutting edge.
The UHWI Cardiac Interventional Suite is expected to process approximately 50 cases per week.
I say to our clinicians, our doctors, our nurses, the guys who provide support, let us use this bit of equipment to enable us to save as many lives as possible, and also to continue to work with the University of the West Indies, the Faculty of Medical Science, to offer cutting-edge technology to the people that we train.
The unit was constructed at a cost of $2 million. Financing was provided by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the National Health Fund, and the Chase Fund, among others. The Education Ministry will begin the first phase of its primary specialist program in 230 schools this year. The program will replace the current generalized model, where one educator is responsible for teaching all the subjects in the curriculum to a class. With the new program, specialist teachers will be trained in designated subject areas and in turn deliver fewer subjects. The disclosure was made by Chair of the Primary Specialist Teacher Model Oversight Committee, Dr. Tamika Benjamin.
Using the approach, all students will have an opportunity to engage in higher quality instruction, as there will be greater consistency in the quality of teaching, and it also means that there's more targeted accountability measures can take place at the school. So we know who is responsible for a particular subject area, and if there are gaps, we know where we need to target.
Dr. Benjamin was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. She says an additional 230 schools will begin their transition in 2020 and the final 230 schools in 2021. Full rollout of the system is expected by 2022. The primary specialist program aims to improve curriculum delivery at that level of the education system. A proposed pop-up kitchen at Devon House is to be operational by December. The Tourism Enhancement Fund has completed the architectural design for the project, which will further strengthen the heritage site as the gastronomy center of Jamaica. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says that among the plans for the Devon House pop-up kitchen is a television special with international network CNN. The pop-up kitchen will also feature a full-time chef who will instruct locals and foreigners on how best to use local spices, herbs, and produce.
Around the kitchen will be a very well-appointed farmers market with all the fresh fruits and vegetables and meats and condiments and all the ingredients that are necessary. But the focus is going to be on local ingredients, so that it is an indulgence in the indigenous fare. It is not about eating from elsewhere. It's about eating local food and organic food too, healthy food.
Mr. Bartlett was speaking with JIS News last Thursday at the official opening of the R Hotel in New Kingston. It is hoped that the Devon House pop-up kitchen will help to position Kingston as a city tourism destination, pulling a particular demographic to the capital. Sport Minister Olivia Grange has lauded the Reggae Girls for a well-contested match against Brazil on Sunday. The girls were playing their first game at the FIFA Women's World Cup in France. The game ended 3-0 in favor of Brazil. In a release, Minister Grange said the team demonstrated courage and determination. She also encouraged the girls to bring their steel-like determination and fortitude into their remaining matches. Minister Grange says the loss is not an indication that they have let the country down. The sport minister has expressed gratitude to head coach Hugh Menzies and his team for guiding the girls on their historic journey. She also commended Cedella Marley for being the team's inspiration. Jamaica will face Italy on Friday in their next game. Still in France, the sport minister told the FIFA Women's Football Convention that the government was providing opportunities for girls to enter football from an early age. Minister Grange was participating in a panel discussion on Friday.
In introducing our various sport competitions at the primary and kindergarten school level, we have insisted that in women's football, at least 3 girls must play on the team with the boys. So we're institutionalizing the fact that women's football must be recognized and be promoted.
Minister Grange said further support for women's football would come from close collaboration with the Jamaica Football Federation. And finally, residents of Western Kingston are hailing former Member of Parliament, the late Edward Seaga, as a man for all times. The residents came out on Monday at the Tivoli Gardens Community Centre, where his body was lying in state.
Mr. Seaga is like a mother, a father to us all in Denham Town and Tivoli Gardens there. This is one of our most saddest times in Western Kingston.
Mr. Eddie played a vital role in my life. Yes, and him tell me one thing, always learn to rise.
Seaga make me can't hear me first. Sit down in one place, get work, put me in, and I can't work and get pension and live off of it. And I can't sit and eat my food daily. So I must remember that man.
Long before the start of viewing, students from primary and secondary schools in the area waited in line to make the walk alongside the casket.
The school brought the children here today because, as Member of Parliament, Mr. Seaga played an integral part in supporting the activities of the school. There would have not been a graduation or a prize given where he didn't contribute and be present if it was possible.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Western Kingston, Desmond McKenzie, says the Tivoli Gardens Centre was a fitting place to host the memory of a man who transformed the community.
This community centre is a living testimony to what he did. 50 years ago, what stood here was the largest slum in the English-speaking Caribbean, where there was no infrastructure, no housing, no water, no roads, no lights. And what you have had is a modern community.
Mr. Seaga was Member of Parliament for Western Kingston for more than 40 years. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.